Chelsea fans, that was absolute limbs. When was the last time you saw Chelsea do a smash and grab and secure 3 points? It has been so long. The first away win in God knows how long. Fulham 1, Chelsea 2. Is our season back on? Do we actually still have hopes for Champions League football after today's result? There is definitely a tale of two halves, but did Tyrique George and Pedro Neto save our season? I think they have. Now look, I'm trying to calm down. This is very reactionary. This is what these match reactions are about. It's real and raw, and it's my thoughts on the game as the game has finished. That first half was woeful. Absolutely woeful across the park. It looks like the players had no confidence, mentality in the mud. It looked like they were down in tools for Maresca, had no answers for anything. And again, we concede from sloppy play and zonal defending. I say it every week, say it every video. Zonal defending does not work. Reece James caught in possession in midfield. He got caught in midfield 2 minutes before the goal we conceded, gets caught again, and then we actually get punished for it. It's a great finish for Fulham. And look, credit to Fulham. In that first half, they suffocated us. They peppered us. They brought the game to us. And you'd expect them to as the home team. And they have got a good home record this season. They've played well. But Chelsea come out the winners. We did a smash and grab on them like they did on us before Christmas. It literally played out exactly the same. Now look, when Chelsea went in at half-time, heads were down, the mentality was shot, the confidence was low, the passing wasn't working, the final third wasn't fluid. Jackson with another stinker today. Palmer wasn't great, holding on to the ball too long, not playing the balls very well. Noni was doubled up on with Iwobi and Adama Traore, and Robinson was never going to get past. And Maresca makes 2 changes. He brings on Pedro Neto and Gusto. And I think, Gusto's really been stinky this season. Stunk out every stadium he's been in this season compared to last. Last season he was fantastic. And Neto, all he does is head down, cross, head down, cross, head down, cross. I've got egg on my face. I'll happily admit I was wrong. Because tactically, they worked an absolute treat. And they changed the game for us. Gusto looked a lot more comfortable in that role. Yes, he wasn't perfect, but he looked better than what he has played in a long while. And Neto gets the winner. Where's he been hiding that from? The touch and finish on the half turn. Unbelievable. It was a rocket in the 93rd minute. Absolute limbs. My live watch along went off. I was, head on Jupiter in a good way. It's been such a long time since we've done that as Chelsea fans. And it's just nice to be able to enjoy that. Now, there are a few negatives that I have to pick up on. Colwell, shocking game. Caicedo gets booked. He now misses the next 2 games. So he misses Everton and Liverpool. So those 2 games have been very interesting without Moises Caicedo. The backbone of our system, the backbone of our team, the best player we have had this season, the most consistent player we've had this season. We are now without him. So I'm not looking forward to that at all. Now look, did Maresca get bailed out today? Massively. Absolutely bailed out by Tyrique George and Pedro Neto. And Tyrique George, by the way, he has to be starting. He has to be starting. He single-handedly dragged us back into the game with an instinctive first-time finish, which is something we've not seen this Chelsea side do in so long. This guy's flying high with confidence, playing well in the Conference League, grabbing assists, getting some goals now, plays in the Premier League as a number 9, by the way, which no one really expected. Comes on, and he's like, yeah, all right, play me the ball. Bosh. Bottom corner. Edge of the box, great strike. Unreal, mate. So happy for Tyrique George with his breakout season this season. Such a good player, such a good finish. And look, like I said, egg on my face, props to Maresca for the changes he made because we massively needed it. And I don't know what he told him at half-time. I don't know what the team talk was, but it made a massive difference. Now look, is this paper over the cracks? For sure. For sure, but this result is just for Chelsea fans to enjoy. Does that mean I'm Enzo Maresca in? No, I really couldn't care about Enzo Maresca. I still want the sporting directors out, and once they're out, we can decide what manager we want, in my opinion. However, as a fan today, it was so good to watch how we played poorly, but got the result in the end with a traditional smash and grab. That wasn't tactics, that wasn't formation, that was heart, determination, bit of grit from the team. That last 15 minutes, they really kicked on and went, no, we need a win. We need the 3 points. We're going to get it. And that's exactly what we did. And that is what we've been missing as Chelsea fans watching our club this season. Normally, We concede a goal, we roll over, heads down, meh. And we did that in the first half. And Fulham kept putting the pressure on. And we were lucky not to be 2 or 3 goals down at the end of the first half. And I will say, Sanchez had a relatively good game today. Made some very good saves and catches where we needed him to, which could have put us in a lot of trouble if he didn't make them. Second half, again, he was pretty solid. And we were pretty abysmal in that first half of the second half still. We couldn't really kick on. You could see that the players were trying more. You could see that they were like, right, we really need to dig in and fight for this. But that last half of the second half, we really kicked on and we were really knocking on the door. And again, you know, Sancho, I think he did well when he come on. I put him in my starting lineup in my predicted 11. It was the only one I got wrong. And I also predicted 2-1 Chelsea as well. And I'm happy for that to come through. But Sancho played well in my opinion, connecting play up a little bit more, trying to get them intricate passes. I still think Palmer, he played a bit better in the second half, but his shooting's been way off. Way off. And the way he holds onto the ball as well, it's just, again, it's not instinctive. He's thinking about things too much. He's trying to hold onto the ball, find the perfect pass, etc. However, that is not relevant because the last 15 minutes of the match, that's all I care about. Fight, grit, determination, heart, and striving to win as a Chelsea player. Showing us fans, we want this. We actually want to win. We're not down in tools. We back the manager. Things haven't been going our way, cool. But we want to go out there and fight for these Champions League places. Now, admittedly, we are hanging on by a thread, in my opinion. Villa City have to play each other. I think they play each other tomorrow. There's other teams within and around the mix that still have to play. I think we technically go up to 5th again, a couple points off of 3rd. On goal difference, we're 5th, by the way. Because like I said, the teams around us still have to play. So look, it's going to be increasingly difficult. But today was to prove that we can get over this hurdle. Because that's where we stumbled at. We stumbled at Brentford. We stumbled at Ipswich. And they were must-win games. And a must-win game. And this was a must-win game. And we managed to get it over the line. A traditional smash and grab like they did to us before Christmas. And it feels so good. Now, yes, this is a game on paper you think, yeah, we should be winning. It was a strong 11. But the way that we played, I said multiple times in my watch along, we don't look like scoring. We just don't look like scoring. And Fulham looked like they wanted it more. But we turned it around. So happy for Tyrique George. So happy for Pedro and Neto. Just because the finishes were so instinctive. And that's what we've been lacking. That cutting edge in the final third. Now, were we perfect? No, we grew into the game. Obviously, we play this boring system where it's sideways passing and backwards passing. But, like I said, in that second half, we used that build-up. We kept hold of the ball a bit longer. There were some silly fouls by Cucurella and Caicedo and a few others. Sanchez took out a Fulham player. Don't know why Anthony Taylor stopped the game for that because it wasn't a head injury. But, hey, we will not look into that too much. And look, to be fair, the game was that poor that when you're not talking about Anthony Taylor as the ref, you know the game is poor, right? And I actually think he had a pretty decent game as a ref, considering the history that we have of Anthony Taylor. So I've got no shade to throw at him today. I thought he was actually all right. But, like I said, I keep saying it. The main thing is that we won. Okay? I'm just so gassed. Easter is the rise of Jesus again, right? Well, today is also the rise of Chelsea's winning ways because we won our first away game of this year, I believe. Something ridiculous like that. Now, are we perfect? Are we going to go on an unbeaten run? No. Every game is going to be a battle. But today, it instilled something new in me in terms of confidence of like, okay, this team can do it. Now, I have just double-checked, and Moises Caicedo is in fact not suspended for the next 2 games because last game against Ipswich was the game where the yellow cards were wiped, which is fantastic news. I just double-checked because I got a notification while I was recording. That's amazing news that we have Caicedo for the next couple of games. That's unbelievable news. That's made me even more happy because last game, the yellows were wiped, which is fantastic stuff for us. It means we go into the next game at Everton with a lot of momentum, some confidence through the roof, and hopefully we can just work on our performance of not being trash for 80 minutes and trying to turn a game around. However, super happy we did. I would love to know your thoughts and opinions on this game down below in the comment section. I love having a conversation with you guys. Thank you to everyone who's followed here, followed on TikTok, comes to the live watch-alongs and communicates, and we get involved in this community. You guys make it worthwhile. And before I go, I just want to reiterate, Maresca was bailed out today. The performance was woeful. But when you strip it all back, as a fan, the passion we feel right now is why we love this club. Traditional smash and grab, and we got the 3 points. So as of right now, that's all that matters because those 3 points were massive. And if you did watch this far to the end of the video, firstly, you're a real one. And secondly, there'll be a thumbnail that pops up on the screen. So if you are a Chelsea fan who enjoys Chelsea content, make sure you click that thumbnail because you'll enjoy that video too.